Well, to say that I would agree with much of what you say, that being indeed is what's particularly important, and to me being a human is not simply being a beating heart and human DNA, but my question really is what sets you above a woman who is basically saying that, in her opinion, having weighed up the doubts, having weighed up the uncertainties, she feels that it is morally right for her to take the action in ending that particular pregnancy, given that she will be living with the consequences of that pregnancy and not you or anyone else?
Well, firstly, I would say that seems to paint a very clear picture of a woman's agency at the moment of when they decide to have this abortion. And I would say from friends that I know, often they have had these abortions in moments of fear and terror. They haven't been surrounded by people who think that abortion is wrong. They've simply thought, oh my goodness, I better go and do this. Oh my goodness, and off they go. And it is years later, perhaps, that they ring me up and say, gosh, Sarah, you're the only person who's going to take this phone call seriously, but I think I've been depressed for the last 10 years because of this, I've just become a Buddhist, I've been aware of things differently, etc. So it isn't that I'm making a decision over someone else, I'm aware of consequences that a person in a moment of great difficulty and often crisis might not be aware of. And also this right for women to make a clear decision. When you do stand outside abortion clinics and watch people go in, often they will come and talk to you. And they will say things like, well, you know, I have no choice. I've been told by my boyfriend that he's not going to stay with me, my husband's not going to stay with me if I don't have this abortion. So I think the story that women are being free when they have that abortion is optimistic, to say the least. And when the abortion laws were brought out in this country, the idea of abortion on demand, if the woman thought it worked for her, was not at all in the mind of the legislators. We now have 98% of abortions happening on social grounds. 90% of unborn children diagnosed with Down syndrome are aborted. This was not the intention of the Act, and it isn't me standing above women. It's being aware of the broader picture of women's lack of freedom, and also, always and everywhere, the lack of freedom of the embryo, the unborn person, to make that decision.